With a huge selection of company and even a wider selection of games, Poland is actually creating some absolutely unbelievable gaming experiences. So we are gonna take a look and see exactly what's coming out of this country. Welcome to a Polish Publishing League special edition of GMS Magazine at Spiel 2015. A family game for 2 to 4 players. Amber Root is another small, very nice, neat looking game that has a fair amount of components in here. Maciej, tell me about Amber Root. What is this all about?
This is a game about journey and facing obstacles along the way. And first thing I want to say about components, you said they were neat. You see this? This is not plastic. It's real amber.
For real amber.
Real amber. If you burn it with matches or a cigarette lighter, you can feel that it's not plastic, but real resin.
Okay, why do you do that? Because that's going to make the whole thing a lot more expensive.
It is not. It's not. It's not very... when you live in Poland and you live near the sea, it's quite common, in fact. So those are pebbles, but we live in a good place.
But you didn't go to the beach to collect all the pebbles for all the games?
Not that I know of, but... and let's stop at that.
Okay, so tell me about the game. We know that this is real amber, which is very impressive, because I thought it was going to be just...
No.
Okay.
So the objective of the game is to start a journey from Baltic Sea and journey through to the castle. And the person who brings the most amber to the castle wins the game.
Okay.
And this is my player area, and I have a few things here. This is me. This is my card to show when I collect amber, I collect it here. But I can secure amber by placing it here when something happens, and it is safe. Nobody can take it from me anymore. And this is worth 6 points, and this is worth 1 point. And also, I have guards. Guards are mechanically they are hit points. And I can use guards to move further or to manipulate dice, because there is dice rolling in the game. And I also have cards, which only have illustration on them, and symbol and a number. And I will explain later what they do. They help with the obstacles. I also have this card here, which is a grace card, and in fact there are 2 games in this box. There is a family variant where those cards are plenty, and there is a harder advanced variant where each player has only one of those cards per game. So we have more here. We just took them off from the deck. This is an advanced variant. So in my turn, I'm red. I can move 1 spot, or I can move 2 spots if I pay 1 guard. When I move, I can show up in village, then I recruit another guard, or I can show up in a city, which is not on the board, because not all pieces of the board can be used all in one game, but you can manipulate the length of the game by choosing how long the board is. Because every place here is a puzzle piece. So you manipulate the board just as you like. So if I go to the city, which is not on the board, I get 1 amber. If I go to the wilderness, which is marshes, mountains, hills, forests, I will have an encounter. I draw a card from this deck. And this card tells me what kind of type of field we are on. So this is a ghost from marshes. This is a ghost type of encounter. And this is a thing that I will get when I face this encounter and succeed. So, how does it work? Each card can be three different difficulty levels. It can be easy encounter, hard encounter, or legendary encounter. It can be ghost, or it can be trap, or it can be bandit. Each of those encounters you fight differently. But how do you check the difficulty? This card has 2 symbols. Most of the places on the board have 2 symbols also. Some have only 1. If I have drawn a card and none of the symbols matched, then it's easy encounter. If 1 symbol matches, it's hard. If 2 symbols matched, it's legendary encounter. And in this instance, this matches and this matches, so I'm in quite bad situation, because each monster, each adversary you face in a different way. The game is about rolling dice and modifying the results. When I face the adversary, first I may play cards from my hand. My meeple is 1 dice. This card is 3 dice, but only on the hills. This is 3 dice, only on the mountains. So I can draw more cards to be better prepared to encounters. Because I should have told that earlier. In your turn, you draw a card, draw a guard, or move. You don't move every turn. You choose if you prepare or do your journey. So, how does the encounters work? When we face bandits, this is this icon, and simple bandit looks like this. With bandits, you just fight. You take dice, depending on how many cards you played, and you throw them. 4, 5, 6 is a hit. 1, 2, 3 is a miss. And depending on the difficulty, the bandit has more or less hit points too. And I attack, then he attacks with dice and kills my guards. And we fight till he's dead or I don't have any more guards. For defeating a bandit or any other encounter, I can take 1 amber, 1 card, or a combination of those depending on difficulty. And also, I can take the card, which is this card. It is a black card, but it goes to my hand, and in mountains, I can throw 1 die more if I defeat him. Ghosts. I cannot fight with ghosts. I must run from them. And to run from a ghost, I take my dice, I throw them, I add up the numbers, and I check it with the speed of the monster. And it's here. So in easy encounter, I have to have sum of 5 or more. This is a legendary encounter, so on 3 dice I have to have 12 or more. This is 11, so ouch. I would lose 4 cards. Yes, indeed.
Ouch!
Yes, indeed. But I have moved to a marsh without having a marsh card in hand. So
Silly thing.
silly thing. Shame on me. And we have traps, and traps are tricky. Traps look like that, and they are the trickiest of them all because easy trap works like that. I have to take my dice and I have to have a pair. With easy, with hard, I have to have three of a kind. Legendary, four of a kind. Where is the catch? I can use my escort to modify dice. So I pay escort to take one from this dice, and I pay escort to add one here. And if I had any amber, I can pay one amber to take this dice and choose what I got on here. So I use my resources to modify dice, and I use my cards to get more dice. What next? Every time I get third piece of amber, I secure one amber and lose other two. So in fact, this is 3 points if it's laying here. This is 6 points. I cannot use it to modify dice, but it's 6 points, which I won't lose through the game. The game ends when one player gets to the castle. Then every other player has one turn, and the game ends. Each piece of secured amber is 6 points. Each piece of amber is 1 point, guard is 1 point, card it's 1 point, and the first player in the castle gets 3 bonus points. End of the game.
So it could happen that the person arriving to the castle is not the winner.
Yes. Yes, he gets a bonus 3 points, but if the player behind him scores amber and secures it, then it's 4 points more.
So the arriving to the castle is the end of game condition, not the winning condition. Are there any other end of game conditions?
No, the game ends because you cannot go back on the board. Even when you lose an encounter, you lose some resources, but you keep going further.
That looks very interesting. How long can the board be?
Let me show you. I have a box right here, and in the box there is
Very long.
quite a lot more of them. There are 2 sets of rules, family and advanced. In advanced rules, you can fight with other players and steal cards and amber from them.
No, that I like. Tell me.
And you take some dice, the enemy takes some dice. In fact, you have 1 die for your pawn. You can throw out 1 or 2 cards from your hand, and each of those cards gives you 1 die. So ideally, you throw 3 dice. One player throws dice, second player throws dice, and we arrange them in descending order, and we compare them. Let's say this. This is attacker. This is defender. So 6 is bigger than 5. Point for defender. 4 is bigger than 2. Point for attacker. 2 is bigger than nothing, but when there's nothing, I have to throw 4, 5, or 6. 1, 2, 3 is a miss when opposed to nothing. So there is a tie. In tie, defender wins. And the attacker attacked me, but if the defender wins, the defender takes something from the attacker. Combat is voluntary. It's not that I have to fight with other players. I may look at my cards and say, let's be friends. It is a possibility, not likely, but possibility.
That makes the game even more interesting to me because I'm really liking it. So yeah, that looks pretty cool. Are you going to release more expansions to have different tiles like deserts or?
It depends on the sales, really. At the moment, I can't tell you that.
But ideally, that would be great.
That would be nice.
Rules are in English as well.
Yes, they are in English. The advanced rules we printed for Essen only in German, but they are on Board Game Geek, also in English.
And if people want to buy the game, where can they get it from?
They can get it here or from Bomba Games, from our site. We have a contact page and we sell the game from them.
So now you know, viewers. Please do take a look at this because it looks really cool and interesting, and it's got real lumber. So I would go for just for that. So well done, many congratulations, cool game.